It's been a long time, it feels like, since I've made one of these videos where I sit in front of the camera and I talk for 5 minutes. I first started out doing this because I sincerely wanted to practice speaking in a way. I didn't really have much conversation in my life at that time. And this is a little over a year ago, maybe mid pandemic, of like the early aughts of the pandemic. And I wanted to just be able to get over the fear also of being in front of the camera and recording myself. And now I'm here and I'm making this video because it's just been a long time since I've made a video. And I kind of miss it. It was a nice little nightly routine that I would do where it kind of felt like a nice little night recap, day recap of what I did during the day and how I felt about it. And yeah, anyways, I'm here. And what did I do today? I woke up and I woke up a little late, 7:40. That's kind of late. And I was out the door. And for a couple weeks, I had a morning routine of waking up pretty early so that I can water the grass and take off to work and be there at the truck at a decent time. And I haven't been doing that over the last week. I think at least a week now. I haven't watered the grass. So even right now, as I'm saying this out loud, this is really for me to get back to my routine of watering the grass at least. And I think that's probably a metaphor for a lot of things, but that's the first thing I'm getting back to. So I went to work. My ass has been so hot sitting in the truck. It's been so hot everywhere, and the AC is barely doing enough of a job. And I think my butt cheeks are getting a little bit of a rash. I think there might be some sort of like mixture of like the heat or whatever with my skin, and then creating or sort of activating some like the like the herpes like rash or whatever that would happen, that would occur on my skin. And so I feel like that's what's kind of happening or something like that. And then I'm also trying to like prevent that from happening, so I'm kind of like awkwardly moving my back a little bit or whatever. And I went to go see my grandpa and my grandma. I went to go, my grandma had surgery yesterday, and so I went to go see her today with Greg. And it was cool being over there and hanging out. Got to see Eric because he works from home, and my Aunt Mina, who works from home also. But apparently Disneyland is going to be moving employees over to Orlando from here, from Anaheim. So I think that she might be moving, which is kind of a funky thing, I guess. Anyway, we just did that, and that was fun. Poppy cooked up a good meal. Some beans, some steak. What else? Just flour tortillas and butter. It's like a nice little treat for myself. Flour tortillas and butter. It's yeah. So anyways, did that. Spent a good amount of time there, and then I had to come back home because Phil Nunsum was coming to pick up a drawing that he had purchased. So I came home, needed to get some like packaging to keep the drawing in to give it to him. So I went to FedEx really quickly. I got some plastic label, like like things that you would have like in a binder, in a 3-ring binder, like those clear plastic sheets that you'd put like, I don't know, like paper or whatever into it. Anyways, that and like an envelope to put that plastic into. Anyways, came back home. He came through. I cleaned. It was my studio was already decently cleaned, but I cleaned up just a little bit more, I guess. And yeah, like it was cool having him over and talking to him and trying to be a good host at the same time, feeling like I needed to entertain him a little bit because I was just in my own personal mind, in my own head, I'm like, oh, I want to, I want him to have a good experience when he comes over. So I was thinking about that. Yeah, and that happened. He came through. We had a good little talk. It was me talking mostly, definitely. And I could tell. That's the thing. I was like, I'm just talking a lot. But Phil's a quiet dude, so I was doing most of the talking. Then he left. And then what happened? Then I came inside. I FaceTimed with Chris Reader for a little bit while I was on the toilet. And then watched the Milwaukee game, the Game 6. Milwaukee won. I was actually kind of bummed. I wanted the Suns to win. Yeah, I don't know what it was. I think they were just not favored at all. I think that's what it was. I felt like the Suns, like everyone really didn't think they had it, and I wanted them to win. So that happened, and then I switched over. I just started watching Fleabag. Fleabag is a show I feel like I'm only watching because Nick really, really wants me to watch, and he fucking is like, he made it a point. He was like, I need you to watch this, and I said, I'm gonna watch it because of you. And so I have been watching it. Is it funny? No. But it's somewhat entertaining, I guess. It's fine. That's how I feel about the show. It's fine. How's the show? It's fine. It's fine. That felt better. It felt like that. It was just kind of like me being like, how was it? It's fine. That good, huh? Then I started watching Dave. Dave is usually super funny. And I played Dave for Nick and Taryn the last time they were here at my house, I think on Sunday. They don't laugh once. That's how I knew. I was like, ugh. Okay, not for them, I guess. So yeah, then I started watching Dave. And then I watched that episode with him and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And then Dave was like at this point where he was like having like a real moment with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and he's telling him how he feels like he's afraid of being a bad person, which I very much relate to, and how he feels like he just needs to live a good life. And what does that mean though for him, where it seems like he's doing some good by being himself and striving to do what he wants in this world of being the sort of individual that and creator that he is striving to be. And yet, it's requiring him to be selfish. And those are like the main points that he was saying. And I don't know if I would say I relate to a lot of it. I think I empathize with a lot of it though. I was like, man, that makes a lot of sense, because there is some like I feel like that too about some of that. And it's like, what do I feel like that about? I feel like that just in general of like I think I'm doing my best by doing my best, like genuinely moving in that direction with myself. And I think that is what I connected with it, with him saying that. It's funny, then Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, he kind of laughed and and responded by just saying like, that's a creative way of saying you're narcissistic. Something like that. Creative way of masking the narcissism or something like that. And I was like, oh shit, am I a narcissist? And I believe I probably have narcissistic tendencies. That makes a lot of sense for me. When I think about that, I go, oh yeah, that makes some sense. I'm here speaking into this camera, probably not solely for anything unselfish. You know, I don't think that I'm making this video trying to save the world in any way. And then I also think about how much do I actually think I'm saving the world with this? So, whatever. I'm just making this. I'm here. And what if I was striving to save the world with this? Would that be such a bad thing? Thank you, God, for everything. Love.